Hi, everyone. It's Brittany, and welcome to another episode of One Hot Mess. All right, guys, today we're going to be talking about the 12 laws of karma, how they work, and why following them can change your life. So, karma describes the concept of getting back whatever you put forth, good or bad, into the universe. In Hinduism and Buddhism, karma determines the nature of a person's next life or worldly existence based on the ethical net of their current one. And by the same token, the events of a person's current life are thought to reflect the energetic consequences or karma from actions taken in their past life or lives as dictated by what are known as the 12 laws of karma. So, no matter what belief system you may follow or don't, understanding the concept of karma is thought to help you live your most aligned life and become the fullest version of the person that you were meant to be. And it's only through learning about karma that we may carry in this lifetime that we can resolve it and play a role in determining our own fate. And because karma operates in a system governed by the 12 laws of karma, following these laws is how we can generate what is known as good karma and theoretically increase the likelihood for good things to happen. So, we are about to go over the 12 laws of karma and plus spirituality experts. They offer examples of the laws of karma in action and how aligning with each one can change your life. And we're also going to talk about that. So, to start with, what is karma and how does it work? So, karma is the idea that what you do comes back to you, and the energy you put out is the energy you receive in return. Karma can show up in different ways for different people and in different lifetimes. So we can't always know or predict how it will or when it will appear. And this begs the question, is karma real? And according to some experts, yes, karma is real and it's present in our lives, even if we cannot prove its existence. There is a mystical, magical energy to the universe that we can't always understand from our logical human perspective. For an example of karma in action, just consider how bad things can happen, like unexpectedly to good people. Karma would say that the reason why is related to the consequences of actions taken in a past life, which you may be able to learn about by checking your birth chart for astrological placements that are associated with karmic luck. And though you can't change what a previous incarnation of you may have done or the cosmic luck or lack thereof you inherited at the time of your birth, you can adjust your behaviors in this lifetime to live in alignment with the 12 laws of karma and work to integrate and resolve karmic lessons that you may carry. So, karma guides the quality of your life. And karma is often referred to as your life's blueprint, and it can be described as an interconnectedness between yourselves, your lives, and your actions. Karma operates as the intricate tapestry of experiences woven by your soul in the physical realm. And it encompasses every thought, action, word, and gesture that you have chosen and encountered. Because your soul carries on this information, karma doesn't just affect you in the events of your current life, it can also affect future versions of you, as well as your children and the generations to come, which I find very kind of scary and interesting. So, there are actually different types of karma. Um, like ancient Hindu scriptures known as the Vedas. They there are three types of karma, and um, one of them refers to the sum of all karma that's accumulated in previous lifetimes, and then another one is the particular portion of past life karma that you are experiencing in your present life. And the third one consists of the karma you are creating now with present actions and decisions, which will have its energetic effects in future lifetimes. And each of these types of karma rest on the actions that you have taken and decisions you've made in past lives or that you make in the present, which can fall into either good or bad buckets. Good karma is the result of making a positive contribution to the world, like helping someone in need or paying someone a genuine compliment or just even smiling at a stranger. The good energy of karma that you have generated then returns to you in some way. Maybe you meet loving people in your life or receive unexpected money or certain things just work out well for you. On the contrary, bad karma occurs when you've made some sort of negative contribution to society, such as doing or saying something to hurt another person or acting out of jealousy or anger. Well, you may then receive that energy back in the form of difficult situations and challenges, or maybe someone acting in a similar way, hurtful way toward you. And it's not always the exact situation. It can show up differently, but the karmic situation will always carry the same underlying energy. Sometimes we even enter karmic relationships with people who surface elements of our karma that we need to integrate or heal. And though we feel drawn to these people, being with them requires us to do a lot of personal growth as a result. So, the 12 laws of karma. The first law is the law of cause and effect. It's also known as the Great Law or the Universal Law of Karma. The law of cause and effect is what comes to mind for many people when they think about karma. It states that whatever thought or energy we put out, we get back, good or bad. It's the most basic rule of karma and also happens to be one of the 12 laws of the universe. It's like sowing and reaping. And even though we sometimes think more about how bad karma affects us or the people who have done us wrong, good karma can also keep the good vibes flowing. How can this law of karma change your life? Well, if you plant love and kindness, you shall get that in return. The second law is a law of creation. And the law of creation is all about, you guessed it, creating. As this law of karma would have it, you don't just wait for good things to magically happen in your life. You have to actively go out there and make them happen. So, like the Oprahs and Beyoncés of the world, as prime examples of people who embody this karmic law. They have used their talents and gifts and abilities to bless the world. They're constantly creating something and not just for the benefit of themselves, but also for the benefits of others. But I mean, you, of course, don't have to be Beyonce level successful to be aligned with this law. Ultimately, it's about figuring out what you really want your life to look like, how your actions can contribute to that goal, and how you can adjust them accordingly. Like if you really want to have a loving family life and great relationships, you might consider how you can actively create more opportunities for connection. And in this way, the law of creation, it can have a highly empowering impact on your life in reminding you that the power to create your ideal reality lies within you. And then we have the law of humility in order to change something in your life. This law says that you first have to accept what currently exists. This is one trait that many highly successful people embody. They are strong, kind, generous, and very humble people. But when they all started on their paths, they had to accept certain things about themselves and society. So, owning your story means accepting what is out of your control and acknowledging what can be done in response. And it's also about accepting how your actions haven't always served you and the role you have played in perpetuating something bad, some bad karma, so that you can forgive yourself and move forward. Fourth law is a law of growth. Speaking of moving forward, this karmic law is all about learning and growing. It's about expansion, mainly with ourselves. And as we grow, change, and evolve internally, our external reality will change and grow as a result. And this is where personal development and reading self help and spiritual books can come into play. And the growth never ends. There are always new things to learn about yourself and the world. And if you take an open minded approach to the next chapter of your life, you can channel even more of those new things. Fifth law is the law of responsibility. And this law is about taking ownership of everything that happens in our lives, including the not so good stuff. We are responsible for how we choose to live our lives, not anyone else. We're responsible for how we show up in the world and how we allow others to treat us and how we treat other people. And we may not have control over everything that happens to us, but we do have control over how we respond. And sometimes that is the most important part. Law number 6, the law of connection, that it states that everything and everyone is connected. Everything you experienced has led to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And by the same token, our daily actions, including our responses to adversity and to good fortune, connect us to ourselves, our souls, and other people. And as we help teach, love, honor, and respect ourselves, we do the same for others. The connection is always there. We just have to be observant and tune into it. And by doing so, we'll be able to see the ripple effect of karma more clearly. The seventh law is the law of force. So, our modern lives are filled with multitasking, and we rarely focus on one task at a time. And although our society has convinced us that we have to accomplish multiple things at once in order to maximize our productivity, multitasking actually slows us down. And the karmic law of force is proof. It states that you cannot put your energy toward two things simultaneously. And when you focus on One thing at a time, you accomplish much more and you get better results. But what does that have to do with living a more positive life? It allows us to be more present and purposeful by slowing down and releasing the constant need to be productive. You'll be able to engage with life with more intention and meaning. The eighth law, the law of giving and hospitality. And this law of karma is all about selflessness, giving to others, and basically practicing what you preach. A lot of people have good intentions and values, but how many of them are matching those aspirations with action? For alignment with this law, you have to focus not just on good intentions, but on meaningful action. The essence of this law lies in the authenticity of your intention to give with actionable follow through. Make others feel cherished and valued by extending your care and your generosity without expecting anything in return. Aligning your intentions with your actions in this way will ensure that you're leading a life of integrity. The ninth law is the law of here and now, and this is all about being present in our world of distraction, chaos, and anxiety. This is increasingly hard to do. Most of us live our lives thinking about the past and what we did wrong and playing that same old recording in our minds. And that can be exhausting as it deprives us of the opportunity to enjoy the present moment. So try tuning into your senses and being aware of what you are doing, seeing, tasting, smelling, and feeling to find your here and now. Okay. And making it a habit to be present in this way will allow the experiences of your life to become more engaging and rewarding. Law number 10 is the law of change. If you have found yourself experiencing the same situation over and over again to no avail, for example, well, the law of change just might be to blame because it's a sign from the universe nudging you toward change. And in cases like this, the same pattern is bound to repeat itself until you figure out how you can be responsible for changing the outcome. So, in other words, only different actions and an openness to evolving into a better version of yourself can stop the vicious cycle. To change the pattern and the problem, we must be able to connect thoughts and feelings and then proceed to adjust and make changes accordingly. And the 11th law is the law of patience and reward. And basically, this law says that consistent hard work pays off and to live in accordance with it. It's important to acknowledge that achieving great things will always require time and persistence, and no real success comes quickly or easily. But celebrating yourself and savoring every little milestone along your journey, it can help you recognize your progress and remain committed to your goal. It's about showing up, doing the work, and not giving up on your big goals, even when the progress feels slow and the resistance strong. Now, the last law, law number 12, the law of significance and inspiration, tells us that we all have value to offer the world. Every soul incarnates with perfected abilities honed over lifetimes meant to serve humanity and themselves. And while some people may seem to discover their gifts effortlessly or early in life, others will need to devote more time and energy to figuring out what their particular contribution to humanity will be. Either way, it is essential to remember that all people have unique gifts to give, whether they are big or small. And gifts are not necessarily grand talents. They can be modest yet profound expressions of kindness and wisdom. So embrace unique your uniqueness and understand that your actions can inspire others profoundly. no matter how seemingly insignificant. Okay, so the 12 laws, they serve as constant reminders that the way you live your life, it can have profound effects on your fate and your future. So understanding the concept that what you do can come back to you, it can help you aspire to act from a place of alignment and with yourself and others. And understanding the 12 laws of karma can also help you realize the control that you have over your own life. While we are all dealt different cards in this world, our responses, choices, behaviors, and healing determine how this blueprint unfolds. And by choosing your actions and words and gestures intentionally and aligning your behaviors with the karma that you are hoping to generate, you can ultimately change the design of your life and move closer to your desired reality. And think of the 12 laws of karma as the rules to playing the game of karma. The roots of karma trace way back to ancient something another. Okay. And the 12 laws emerged from profound Vedic text and evolving into the guiding principles of Hindu and Buddhist faiths and illuminating the path toward mindful living and spiritual enlightenment. So let's just make sure you guys put out good energy so you can receive good energy, which is good karma. All right, y'all, that's all I got for you today. But thank you so much for listening. Please make sure to hit that follow button and share one hot mess with a friend. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Have an amazing day.